You do not seem to be quite aware of the situation you are in, Lord Sinclair. I'm a detective from Scotland Yard. I don't want to
he's
have dinner with
quite
you. I'm here because of a series of
he's a
murders in
stereotypical
which you
evil
are
man.
a prime suspect.
Yeah, he's Mr. Burns.
Yeah,
He's
Mister.
straight
There we
Burns.
go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I didn't even remotely try and hide that design.
If anyone here is unaware of the situation they are in, you are. I have asked you to be my guest at dinner. Please don't disappoint me by refusing. Otherwise, I will have to ask Jack here to persuade you to stay in his own way.
I understand. I'm to stay here voluntarily. Because if I don't, you'll force me. Is that it?
I'm glad we settled that.
Ah, yes.
Now,
Violent
eyebrows are
coercion.
follow my
spectacular.
friend Jack.
Yeah.
He will show you to your room. We will discuss everything else in detail later, over dinner.
Let's go.
So I think I already fucked up with the guy's hair because it's the whatever texture they've used, it blurs out after a while. It's like they got the opacity wrong on it. They were supposed to kind of like they're trying to get like fluffy hair, but you can see there when he's away at a distance, it fades, and then when it's closer, it's fine. So they just totally fucked up that texture.
Absolutely.
It's like on Microsoft Paint when you use the spray can feature.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
The handles are locked.
So there we go. Now we're trapped in this room. So this is where we could potentially game over. So what we're trying to do here is trying to escape from the room. And it's a nice, pleasant picture. We have a time skip here because we've been stuck in this room for quite some time.
Okay, so you just got a couple of seconds looking around, and then nighttime.
Yeah, well, essentially, once you start looking at this picture, there's a time change. And this is where you try and plan your escape.
That's a nail.
It's a nail!
It's a nail! Unbelievable. So yeah, you have a picture of a druid holding up a leg. And you use the frame of the painting to lift out the nail.
Cause logic.
And then you thread the nail through the frame to lift out the canvas from the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
Right.
This is some MacGyver level shit.
Oh, believe me, you haven't fucking seen the start of it. So, seems to be something unusual about the floor here. Yes, it was substandard grouting. That was the problem. Now we're clearing the grout.
In a big house like that, you'd expect the grouting to be good.
You would, wouldn't you? But there you go. So now we can... Now moving tiles.
If they're outside the door, they're going to notice this.
What was that? God, somebody's screaming out.
Someone's having their nightly screaming exercise. So, you remember the most cliche puzzle in video games?
Can't do anything without the key.
The most cliche one: get out of a locked room using a pick in the lock.
Pick in the lock and collect it with a newspaper. That's literally what this puzzle is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And again. Yeah. This game is guilty of it.
We are. The key.
Oh, this is so bad.
And I wouldn't mind, but like that is genuinely like it was a competent puzzle they made, but like the reason it's competent is because literally every fucking adventure game has done this.
Yeah.
They've literally just had to copy it and add their own
to get the
it.
means to do the competent puzzle is so incompetent.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like I genuinely believe that like they didn't do it for the meme. Like this is like in 2001 maybe. So they think that this is genuinely this is a genius puzzle to escape. So now we are in the manor itself. And
we know the people are out screaming, so we should be able to walk around freely.
we've proven that now. Yeah, that there be dragons in them hills. And yeah, graphical fuck up as Halligan
Just
merges
walk
into
through
the
the
wall.
door.
Yeah.
You're in an old house full of ghosts. You also become a ghost.
Well, like I said, I think that's just from how the game was like digitized. Just like small things like that have happened. So I do not believe that's how the game was intended on CD. I think just when it got ported, small things like that happen, and there'll be more later on, which are hilarious. Which will.
I have to find the back door to get.
I mean, Halligan, if you just take one step further, you're technically out the front door.
It's locked.
It's kind of disappointing that there's a lack of things to investigate around the house.
Yeah. Now, I don't mind that in a sense because it is funneling you into one area in particular. So it does serve a purpose. But yeah, it seems like a lot of wasted energy.
The dinner table is laid for a dinner
For
six.
six, you say. Also, look at the decanters on the table. They are absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, very true. They're like vases.
They're like conical flasks. Never even like it's you're not gonna pour anything out of that.
Earth and a shovel. An old castle by the sea.
Some very different art.
Yep. So a castle. There's a picture of an old castle, and then depictions of air, earth, and water, which you know are the three of the druidic elements. And now cutscene time. And what's happening here? I hear you ask.
Pagan shit.
Oh, mad pagan shit. As Halligan hides behind the most obvious bush possible.
Got a leg?
Yep. He's carving the bone, the meat off the leg as the guy is still alive. And Halligan can't deal with it. Just collapses in panic.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
That is disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Also, that your man is just lying there, letting his muscles being taken off while, like, you know. Oh god, they're eating it.
Yes, they are.
Well, Mr. Halligan, I don't believe I have introduced you to the gentlemen of my club yet. This is General
Looks strangely
Myers
like
of the
Miller.
British Army. Next to him is Bishop
Stevenson.
Steve Buscemi.
The Earl of Sutcliffe, one of the Queen's closest advisors. And the gentleman sitting beside you is Mr. Smothers of the Worldwide.
You can tell from his four fucking chins.
I'm sure you're curious to learn what our club is all about. But I would suggest you have a bite to eat first.
Our club is about two main things. Eating human flesh and drinking from weirdly shaped glasses. Any questions, Mr. Halligan?
You see, Mr. Halligan, you must know we have been following your investigation.
Splendid, eat away.
Into these,
Come on, num num.
deaths in
Tuck in, boy.
For some time. I expect your experience in the park will have convinced you that we are, to a certain degree, responsible for these incidents.
Like he's just going, yeah, keep talking. Lovely. More, please.
Has a rather
Oh dear.
unique flavor.
Like,
It is human flesh, Mr. Halligan.
like we learn later he's under a spell, basically. We
This
learn that he's
flesh
like he's
is the
kind of
source
under a
life
trance
force.
or like hypnosis or
Grants us
something.
strength.
But at this moment in time, it actually just looks at him just going, oh my god,
You
this is
will soon
amazing.
discover
Oh,
the
keep going. Keep talking, man.
incomparable feeling of power for yourself. It will be grander than any feeling you have ever felt. Very soon now, When the day of the ritual's completion has
He's
come,
actually eating it.
our
He's actually
power
doing
will
it.
be perfect.
Yeah, he's had a
Then
whole
it will be
slice to
time
himself
for the
already.
curse that will put an end to the wretched hustle and bustle of this world and make room for something grand and new.
It
A
must be
world
like
ruled
falling off
by
the boat, like
druids.
literally so tender for him not to
I
even
must
need a
admit your
knife.
investigations
Just
had
saying,
us
it's probably
worried
like
for a
pulled pork or
moment,
something,
Mr.
you know?
Halligan.
Just
We had
just
even
collapses
made
the
plans
moment
to
you
put a
see it, you
stop
even
to
look
them
at
by
it.
arranging a little extra. But you are a very lucky man. You will witness the great day yourself, and you will be there on the right side. For by eating this flesh, you have become one of us. Welcome to the
That glass of
circle,
wine is as
Mr.
big as his
Halligan.
head, and for one, that's what I respect him for.
I can appreciate a man who drinks his head's weight in wine. Meanwhile, let's switch to the real
Meanwhile-
protagonist. Okay, so Halligan's now a cultist, so now because we left that message now for Melissa Turner, she'll now take over the investigation. And here she is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep. And no doubt, like I said, we left literally all the information possible to her. So,
Wonder if the whole offense is still there.
well, that's the thing. If we were to assume that
Yes?
this is the next
Hello?
morning,
Hello?
then maybe it
this
is,
Lord
maybe it isn't.
Sinclair?
No,
Depends if they
miss,
noticed or
I am
not.
sorry. I am Lord Sinclair's butler.
I'd like to talk to Lord Sinclair.
On what matter, miss?
I'm looking for a detective from Scotland Yard.
You are looking for a detective? Miss, in that case, I would recommend
Nah.
you contact Scotland
We literally
Yard.
said we're looking
No.
from
This is
someone
the house of
from
Lord
Scotland Yard,
Sinclair,
implying he's not fucking
which is more
there,
difficult
Butler.
to see.
I thought the detective might be here.
No, I am sorry. A detective Halligan has not been here.
Could I talk to Lord Sinclair, please?
I am sorry, miss, but his lordship is not here.
I see.
Have a good day.
And here was me thinking that we could use our womanly wits to try and out-trick this Butler, but no, he ain't buying it. Ooh, where's the gardener gone?
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Was he? Was he on a day off, or is he the main course? Dun 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 dun.
So she
She
can't
is-
actually interact with the burnt bush to be like, hey, this looks recently scorched.
Yeah, it's literally just like, this seems like Brent Halligan's work. He must have been here. So, Burpa. This is the stealth section. Which is at which point I thought to myself, boy, I'm glad that we didn't play this live. Because this
Oh,
part of the
God.
game is broken. It's very,
Oh,
very
God.
badly made. So,
Okay. We've
I'll explain
sneaked
to you-
through. Oh, yeah, go on.
yes.
Ow! There
Right.
are some stones
So you have a couple
here.
of stones, and essentially,
Stop
Oh.
right there.
You go, cop.
Yeah. I did. I got the death screen first and see what
Hey.
happens because again,
Okay.
I've
Leave me alone,
escaped
you
death
bastards!
for the most part so
Well,
far,
well, there's no need to be that upset.
and
What are
especially
you
with all
doing
the
here,
with all these
sweetheart?
type of
Are
games,
you
there should be
looking
some
for
fun
something?
kind of goofy
I,
deaths to do.
She got through the
But,
hole in the fence.
You'll see what happens.
Little lady,
Uh-oh.
you shouldn't have done that. Now Lord Sinclair will have a surprise guest for his dinner tonight.
What? What are you going to do to me?
You'll find out soon enough, sweetheart.
And here she is, just standing waiting for death.
Doesn't even have a photograph or some tiles to move.
Nothing.
Mr. Halligan. Oh, God, I'm so glad to see you. What are you doing here?
I'm preparing dinner.
You're having dinner with Lord Sinclair? That bastard got me locked in here. I really don't want to have dinner with someone like that.
You're not being asked.
Oh.
What? Mr.
Huh?
Halligan? Is everything all right with you?
Come with me, Miss Turner.
Where?
Into the garden. I have to prepare dinner.
In the garden? Mr. Halligan? What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
Come with me, Miss Turner. Dinner will be ready soon. And you will be our guest of honor.
And that's it. That's the death screen.
Wow.
Yeah. 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 Literally, that's it. That's the death screen. Didn't even
Wow.
remotely try. And then it just boots you back to the title screen.
Wow.
Yeah. So that wasn't worthwhile. So I'll explain why this part of the game is shite. So puzzle is there's an open window there where the second guard is. Obviously, the
Yeah.
first guard stays
some
stationary.
stones
He's
here.
facing the manor doors, and the second guy is patrolling up and down. Right. What you want to do is you want to throw stones into that bush over where the first guy is. However, the position of the bush is very specific because if you throw the stones when this guy is facing you, you get caught.
Yeah.
If you throw the stones when he's close to you, you get caught. And
was that?
if you
Let's have a
throw the
look.
stones basically too close to the guard, it hits him and you get
You
caught.
hit him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop
Now,
right there.
this is all. Yeah, so that was just bad luck on my part, but that's the first part of the puzzle. Now, to explain you how wrong this game went on me,
What is that?
Leave me alone,
the
you
bush looks like it's a
bastards!
wide open spot. You think again, going by program, it's a box you can aim for. However, the actual active box you need is smaller than that. So it's the middle of the bush and it's slightly off left to where the guard is. So when you're clicking at it, and again,
Mr.
the icon you have is just a bunch of stones. So what's the center of that graphic, if you know what I mean? That's why when you have stuff like this, sometimes they have a little crosshairs so you can point to where you want to go. So not only did I think that we had a programming glitch here and like things were gone wrong, so I stopped playing on the PC because I thought the screen was getting stretched and the game was jammed. So I switched to the laptop where the screen was a little bit smaller and hopefully a little bit more accurate. And lo and behold, I got there in the end. Now, whether I needed to do that in the first place, I don't know. But we got there in the end. But remarkably enough, that's only half this fucking puzzle, right? So when you throw the stones into the bush, that's one thing. That distracts the two guards there. So you then need to run to the second bush, take a pause there, and then walk the rest of the way because the running
Or it's too loud.
will be too loud. Even though you're on what sounds like wet grass and substantially lighter than a man in an overcoat.
Let's have a look.
Like